Yo, it's Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog, and I'm pulling up, man, cause it's a lot of mayhem going on in the news right now, in the media with KD. And my spill on it is that the media is gonna do any and everything to keep KD in the media. They say this, that, and the third about KD all the time to keep him in the media. There's no basketball being played. You got the WNBA, shout to them. But for the most part, the media, I guess, they love KD for one reason or another. They said that he was going to retire from some NBA exec or some nonsense. I call cap, you know, yeah. And then KD came and rebutted it. He said, "Yo, nah, that ain't true. I ain't doing none of that." So that being said, KD is still a Brooklyn Nets, and he doesn't want Sean Marks and Steve Nash in the front office. That is a issue. How it's going to be resolved, I'm unsure. I honestly like focusing on the players that I know for a fact that's going to be there. And shout to Cam Thomas. I know I'll be on the Facebook sometime, and my guy Top Fan Ty West and somebody else, they said they met Cam Thomas. They said he real polite, real cool. And he was with his mom at a WNBA game, and he was just real cool when people met him. And so shout to Cam Thomas, because right now I want to say that Cam Thomas is my favorite player on the Brooklyn Nets. KD is getting all this exposure, all of this and that about whether or not he's going to stay. Listen, if he stays, he's going to play at an elite level. I know. If he does not stay, we need to develop a trade package around getting to replace his defense and his rebounds. That's where we win at as fans, as the Brooklyn Nets, just wanting to win and compete. We win by trying to replace KD's fans. I mean, I'm saying KD fans trying to replace KD's defense and rebounds. That's where we win. If we can do that, we will be all right. We're not going to replace his points. No, that's just not how it go. He averaged 29 points. He did that for the most part of his career. You know how hard it is for us to get a trade offer to get someone to replace his offense? And that's the problem. You know, there's a misunderstanding about the direction the Brooklyn Nets are going, and I think it's a defensive one. With Ben Simmons being the main guy on our team, him and Kyrie Irving, as far as contract wise, you don't know what none of these players are going to do. And far as power is concerned, and KD having all of this power, I bet you he won't want to have a say when it came to coaching over players, and he couldn't pick his coach. But they let him pick the players. Well, um, and here we are. This is the most uncertain I've been about going into the regular season in a minute. And listen, the best thing we could do, like I said prior, is see where the teammates that are actually going to be on the floor together. Ben Simmons, Kyrie Irving, Patty Mills, that's the RC connection. Look for them to get a bulk of minutes on the floor together. Look for Cam Thomas, Kessler Edwards, and Day'Ron Sharpe to be on the floor together. Look for Nick Claxton to be with both of those trios that I mentioned. And I really feel like we should be confident that we a playoff contending team. We got some heavy competition in our division. I think that the Atlantic Division might be the toughest division in basketball right now. Obviously, you can debate that, but we up there. We probably top in the East, and probably number 1 or 2 in the East. So I think we the toughest division in the East. It might be the toughest division in the whole NBA. There's maybe one division that could rival with it. I don't have the teams right in front of me to decipher it or not. But yeah, that's what it is, and that's how I feel, man. Shout out to everybody who's a Nets fan going through all of this this mess, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a mess. Uh, Listen, 6 roster spots open. To make it simple, I think we need 3 centers and 3 power forwards. Chances are that won't happen, but we at least need to. We gotta get some type of talent, somebody to help in the paint. Because as of now, just looking at the team for what it is, and let's see hypothetically, KD don't come back. KD and Ben Simmons are considered our big men. You know, KD's 6'11", Ben Simmons 6'10", Nick Claxton is about 6'11", 6'10", and Day'Ron Sharpe is around the same height. So I'm saying that to say, if KD leave, Day'Ron and Nick Claxton not enough, because if one of them get in foul trouble, we 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 in a bad situation. You know what I'm saying? So the best thing I feel like we could do is make sure we get some help for KD. I mean, in the paint. You know, I don't know what direction we go to get this help in the paint, but I do know that if we trade KD, if we wind up doing it, it's gonna be for picks and players. Now let's entertain some. I did the other night. Let's talk about it. PJ Washington from Charlotte. I'll take him. Maybe throw somebody else in there, and get picks. Who else? Who else? It was somebody else. Mo Bamba. Get Mo Bamba. Get Mo Bamba from Orlando and some draft picks. There's talent out there that we can get that can replace defense and rebounds. So I ask all Nets fans that's watching this, what player can we get to replace KD's rebounds and defense? Not his offense. Just don't we'll get to that after that. That's not priority. We gotta prioritize what we need first, and that's going to be defense. We only have 2 big men. If you want to count Ben Simmons, that's 3, but he's supposed to run point. We don't need Ben Simmons playing the center position. That being said, he's a great wing defender. We don't need him in the paint playing one-on-one defense or whatever. Shout out to Barry Garrix on a pull up, like, share, subscribe. Shout out to Barry, pull up, pull up, pull up. Share, share, share. Share the Mechaverse Barkley group. I can't do it. I'm on my phone right now. See if anybody there. Shout out to Barry, man. He's a baller. We was out there playing ball the other day. And yeah, man, I had fun. We set the date for in September. And I expect Barry to be there. I expect other players to be there. Uh, we'll see what happens. But to what Barry said, the Sixers trade, yeah, Tobias Harris will be good, but that's it. You know what I mean? And we just made a trade with them. Now, what, KD gonna go there? Yo, Barry, what's up with you, man? You said KD was gonna go to all these different. He said the Suns at first, and then you said a few other teams. But I did see the Suns being a team that we would go with. Now that I know that we can't get DeAndre Ayton, that's a problem. You know what I mean? Are you saying we could get Maxey? Maxey is a great player. He's a great player, but then it'll force the Brooklyn Nets to put Ben Simmons at the 3, 4, 5. I don't want to put him in the 3, 4, 5. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep him at the 1 or the 3. You know, keep him defensively at the wing, and offensively, you know, we could do a lot of things with Ben Simmons. You know, as far as attacking the basket. That being said, I'm confident. You know, I'm confident that we could replace KD's defense and rebounds, but please, if when this trade happens, we do not Maxey, he's a good player, but Philly love him. Chances of him coming to Brooklyn is slim to none. Do not expect Maxey to come to Brooklyn if you're a Brooklyn Nets fan. The most important thing we can do is replace his defense and rebounds. If you like something, hit that like button. Put in the comments who y'all think we should replace KD with, with when it comes to defense and rebounds. It is hard to replace what he do on the offensive side of the ball. That should not be our objective, to focus on getting KD points replaced. That's hard to do. And furthermore, I like the offensive players we got on the Brooklyn Nets. And the Cam Thomas, he's a scorer. Kessler Edwards is a shooter. Day'Ron Sharpe can create his own shot. Patty Mills is he's a jump shooter. DDJ, he's a scorer and a playmaker. Seth Curry, he got a jumper and he could do the pick and roll. Like I said, Day'Ron Sharpe, he could play with his back to the basket, he could score his own points. Nick Claxton, he more of a catcher alley-oop, more of a defensive player. Ben Simmons, from what we know and love, right? He could play the post and he runs the floor very well. Ed Sumner and who else was his name? The dude that was in the bubble going off. TJ Warren. And I think one more guy that I'm forgetting. I think we got Linus Williams. I want to see Linus Williams get some playing time too. For real, for real. So I mean, we got a few, you know what I mean? It's not like we're gonna go out there and just lose every game. I don't see that happen. But at the end of the day, I feel like this is a season for us to prove something, and KD ready to walk out. Like he ain't got nothing to prove to us. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't got nothing to prove to us. But you know, but yeah, man, thank y'all for tuning in. I'm at work, so I'll pull back up. Shout out to Barry for the pull up. Yeah, share the Mechaverse Barkley, man. Try to get some of y'all guys to join the live with me, man. I'll be back soon. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace.